Ultrasonics. In this video lecture, we are going to study about ultrasonics. Ultrasonics is a study of high frequency sound waves. Sound waves having frequencies beyond the audible range. Now you all know that the audible range of sound waves a human ear can hear is 20 Hz to 20 kHz. Sound waves beyond this range, that is, sound waves beyond 20 kHz, are called as ultrasonic waves. So in this topic, we are going to study about these ultrasonic waves having high frequencies. Now let's see the definition of ultrasonics. Ultrasonics is a branch of physics which deals with methods of production, study of properties, and applications of high frequency sound waves. Now look at the figure at the bottom. The green portion shows sound waves in the range 20 Hz to 20 kHz. So sound waves in this range are called as sonics. Sound waves below this range, that is, sound waves below 20 Hz, are called as infrasonic waves, while sound waves above 20 kHz are called as ultrasonic waves, or they are also called as supersonics. So in this topic we are going to see the production of these ultrasonic waves and some applications of these ultrasonic waves. Now the device that produces ultrasonic waves is called as an ultrasonic transducer. Now here we are going to see two methods of production of ultrasonic waves. One is magnetostriction method of production of ultrasonic waves and the piezoelectric method of ultrasonic waves. So the first method, magnetostriction method. So let's see what is magnetostriction. It's a phenomena where when a metal rod is placed in a magnetic field, its dimensions change. So the blue portion is a metal rod. When placed in a magnetic field with a polarity north-south, it shows extension in the length. If the polarity is reversed as south-north, it shows a decrease in the length of the rod. So the dimensions of the rod change when the magnetic field around it changes. So this change in the dimensions of a metal rod when placed in a magnetic field is called as magnetostriction. Now, if a magnetic field of changing polarity is applied across the rod, then the rod undergoes vibrations. This property is used for the production of ultrasonic waves. Now, let's see how the property of magnetostriction is used to produce ultrasonic waves. Now here in the figure, this is a metal rod and it is placed along the axis of a coil. The coil in turn is connected to an oscillator circuit shown over here, and this oscillator circuit, it produces alternating current which passes through the coil. Now you have studied in school that a current carrying conductor produces a magnetic field around itself. So now when current flows through this coil, a magnetic field is produced around it, and this magnetic field surrounds the rod. Now this rod is made up of a ferromagnetic material. Now the alternating current produced by the oscillator circuit is sinusoidal, it will first increase, this sinusoidal current will increase first, go to the maximum, then it will decrease, then it will go to the negative side and come back to 0. So this is the nature of the alternating current produced by the oscillator circuit. Now the magnetic field produced around the coil is proportional to the current flowing through the coil. Now for the first quarter of this alternating signal, when the current starts to increase, this portion of the sinusoidal current, the magnetic field around the coil also starts to increase. As the magnetic field around the rod starts to increase, the length of the ferromagnetic rod increases. As the length of the ferromagnetic rod increases, the layers of the medium around the rod gather together and that produces a compression shown over here. Now for the second quarter of the cycle, when the current begins to decrease over here, when the current begins to decrease and come back to 0, the magnetic field around the coil also starts to reduce. As the magnetic field begins to decrease, the rod also comes back to its normal length. Now for the third quarter of the cycle, the current changes its polarity and the current begins to decrease and goes to the minimum. Now for this quarter of the cycle, the magnetic field also changes its polarity and the length of the rod decreases below its normal length. This produces a rarefaction shown over here. Now for the fourth quarter of the cycle, as the current again rises and comes back to 0, here, the magnetic field also comes back to 0. And this cycle repeats itself, producing a chain of compressions and rarefactions in this direction. And you all know that sound waves are longitudinal waves consisting of alternate compressions and rarefactions. Now, if the frequency of the oscillator circuit is so adjusted that the frequency of the waves generated over here is greater than 20 kilohertz, then these sound waves are nothing but the ultrasonic waves. So this is one method of production of ultrasonic waves. Now let's see the second method of production. So piezoelectric method, the second method we are going to see for production of ultrasonic waves. Now this method makes use of a quartz crystal. The principle used here is, when pressure is applied on a quartz crystal, when pressure is applied on one pair of faces of the quartz crystal, it develops electric charges on the opposite pair of faces. Now in the figure you can see a quartz crystal placed between two metal plates and pressure is applied along the vertical axis. Now for this pressure, which is a compression, it will produce one polarity of charges on the opposite pair of faces. For example, a positive over here and a negative over here. Now if the pressure is reversed, say the pressure is applied in this direction and in this direction, that is called as the tension along the vertical axis. Now this force or this tension will produce electric charges of opposite polarity. So now for this tension, it will produce a positive charge on this side and a negative charge on this side. The converse of this is also true. If charges are developed on the plates between which the quartz crystal is placed, then the quartz crystal experiences pressure on the opposite pair of faces. For example, if a positive charge is developed on the top plate and a negative charge on the bottom plate, the quartz crystal will experience a tension like this, and if the polarity is reversed with a negative polarity on the top plate and the positive polarity on the bottom plate, then the pressure experienced by the quartz crystal also reverses. The quartz crystal experiences a compression. This effect is called as piezoelectric effect, and this effect is used here to produce ultrasonic waves. If an alternating potential difference is applied across the quartz crystal, then it undergoes vibrations, and these vibrations then produce ultrasonic waves. So here the figure shows a quartz crystal connected to produce ultrasonic waves. A chip of quartz crystal is placed between two metal plates and an electric oscillator of high frequency is connected to the plates. Now for first half of the alternating current produced by the oscillator, that will produce a positive charge on the upper plate of the quartz crystal and a negative charge on the bottom plate of the quartz crystal. For the first half of the alternating current, a positive charge develops on the upper plate of the quartz crystal and a negative charge on the bottom plate. Now these charges will produce a tension in the quartz crystal, and this tension produces a compression in the neighboring medium. Now for the second half of the cycle, the polarity will be reversed and there will be a negative charge on the upper plate and a positive charge on the lower plate, due to which the quartz crystal experiences a compression, and this compression, it produces a rarefaction in the region close to the quartz crystal. Now if the alternating potential difference of high frequency is applied across the quartz crystal, it undergoes vibrations of high frequency. Now by selecting proper frequency of the oscillator, the quartz crystal vibrates and produces a chain of compressions and rarefactions. That is, it produces a sound wave of high frequency. If the frequency of the oscillator is so adjusted that the sound wave produced has frequency greater than 20 kilohertz, then that wave is a ultrasonic wave. So this is the second method of production of ultrasonic waves, which makes use of a quartz crystal. In the next video lecture, we shall see some applications of ultrasonic waves.